It's Friday. How's everyone doing? It's your boy Flobo doing another episode of Wassup Flobo, episode number 64, I think. It's Friday here in the studio, and a lot of things I'm working on, or I should be working on, like cleaning up my apartment. So I'm doing this instead because procrastination is amazing. If you guys didn't know this, it's actually the 25th anniversary. I heard, I can't confirm, of the movie Friday. So it's perfect that Friday is happening on a Friday, right? So we're starting to celebrate the movie Friday. If you have access to that movie, you should go check it out because it's a new classic. As far for me, I woke up today and I watched this Netflix movie called Dangerous Lies. So I'm adding that to my quarantine playlist of things I've watched. Uh, I think they're doing a retrospective or no review show about it on Tuesday over at the Popcorn Talk channel, and I've been invited to be part of that. What is that? Oh, my shirt. Oh, it's a spot. That's not attractive. All right, so today I want to talk to you about the quarantine kitchen, right? So I'm sure you guys have seen this before. A lot of people who, like yourselves, who are stuck at home and trying to make the best of a crazy situation are doing things at home and sharing. So if you're like me, you've seen workout videos all the time. You've seen people knitting and doing dance challenges and what was and the hand challenge, all those challenges. In fact, when someone gives me a challenge, the first thing I do is I say, no, denied. I can't do more challenges. I did a push-up challenge like 3 times, and I'm done with it. I can't do challenges to save my life anymore. One thing I have noticed, though, is that people are taking their cooking skills one step further and doing quarantine kitchens. That's when they have the recipes, they try to share things and what they're doing, what they're working on, and that's great. I mean, I will never knock anyone who's doing a quarantine kitchen, but frankly, that's not my thing. I don't. Let me say I can't cook. I do all right, especially now that I'm a bachelor. I think I'm above the curve when it comes to bachelorisms and their cooking skills, but I'm not one to do like 12 or 25 step things just for the fun of it. So I thought about that today because, last week we talked about my intermittent fasting thing and the things I can and can't do. I can share with you things I do eat, right? During things I actually do, I decide to actually cook and not just pull something from the freezer. So with my eating schedule, traditionally I usually eat once a day around this time between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Pacific. Now that I'm home, what is time really? And it's kind of breakfast food. So I'll either get like steak and eggs, or I will make like a vegetable stir fry medley with a bit of turkey strips on the side if I'm being fancy. But it's kind of basic stuff. Like it's like 2 or 3 ingredients max, because the idea is I haven't eaten in 24 hours or I haven't eaten in 19 hours. I'm not going to sit there and try to bake banana bread. Which, sidebar, I'm allergic to bananas, so I can't even enjoy those memes when it comes to that kind of thing. On top of that, though, I try to mix it up sometimes because it's always good to have a couple of recipes, even if you can't cook to save your life. Pro tip, adult tip, it's good to know to do 1 or 2 things like the back of your hand. So whenever you're called upon to go to a potluck or a company lunch or anything like that, that you're not totally embarrassing yourself. Like you don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, you guys are doing a cookout? I'll bring the plates and cups. I'm not even sure we're going to even have cookouts anymore. So for me, I learned how to do steak early, but now my show-stopping dish is beef Wellington. I can do that pretty handily, which is kind of like the grown-up steak in a suit. It's steak, and it's usually wrapped in like prosciutto or mustard or any kind of medley of like spices or what have you, and it's covered in puff pastry, which you would like egg glaze and have little things about that. So, but like that's the thing I do to impress people. Sure, surely. I'm actually more of a baker as well. Now that was one of the things I had to like hide because my girlfriend at the time, she loves baked goods and who doesn't? But I think if she figured out that I knew how to bake, that I'll probably be asked to do things for special occasions. So I would like bake in confidence, like, oh, you're going away to Sacramento for Legislative Day and we'll be back until the next day. Now it's time for cupcakes or pound cake or bread or anything like that. That was always fun. Now with the shortages of flour, because everyone else is baking, I can't really do that as much. But baked goods, that's kind of my deal. I do homemade pho. I love pho a lot. I understand that it's hard to come by, especially in in places where ramen tends to be the superior soup dish. I could do a little homemade stuff. Now, obviously, I would never present my ramen to someone of Vietnamese descent. They'll probably laugh me out the room. But ramen is definitely another one I can do as well. So I guess it comes down to that. When it comes down to party tricks, it's always good to have a joke about something. It's always good to have a book you recently read on top of mind. And it's always good to have a couple of recipes if need be. So as far as things I can make, as far as things I tend to make inside this quarantine kitchen, if you will, I guess I can make a beef Wellington. I can probably put that on social media to show you my recipe, but it usually ends up being breakfast foods. Like I'll make pancakes, I'll make eggs and steak and eggs, I'll make omelets, I'll make frittatas, I'll make a breakfast burrito, all that stuff, just because of the time of day that I eat. So I always want to know what you guys are doing. I always want to try new foods. I always want to try new things. I want to make sure things are balanced nutrition-wise. I'm willing to sacrifice some carbs if it's allowed to, and some calories too, but if it allows me to have a more balanced meal. What are you eating? What are you taking in? What are you making and baking inside your apartments, inside your homes during this time? Yo, let me know, because I will love to try it, because I have nothing else to do when the days come besides the side projects I'm working on. But, it's always cool to keep learning and keep discovering new things. Of course. Oh, before I even leave you for the day, on this channel, it was kind of created as a joke, but I can make a traditional dish called souse. So it's actually it's more like a pickled pork dish. So if you're a meat eater, sorry. Think of it as a pork ceviche, but the pork is already thoroughly cooked. It's pretty cool, delicious. It's actually on this channel. I do it in a very like tongue-in-cheek, deadpan way. But that's if it's like a cultural party and someone's like, let's make things from your heritage and stuff like that. I don't usually eat souse on my own that usually. Now if I'm home with my parents and my dad gets the urge to make souse, fantastic. But I'm not going to start breaking out pork shoulder because I'm bored. So check it out. I can also make souse as well. That's in rotation. I think I made some as recently as a month and a half ago. The video I did with my friends was about 4 or 5 months ago. It's available. The recipe is available on this channel here on YouTube. But until I get out of here, I want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of Wassup Flobo and all the other episodes of Wassup Flobo. Listen, you can follow me on social media at Flobo Boys on Twitter, at Flobito on Instagram. Flobito.com is the website. And if you want to support the homie during these times, you can support our homie by buying a t-shirt at Flobito, that's threadless.com. And we have bonus content over at the Patreon. That's patreon.com/Flobo Boys. New things are popping there all the time. Check it out. Let me know what you think. We're all in this together. I'll be back Monday. And if you haven't seen Wrestling With Your Questions, that's a live streaming question call-in show kind of thing. Well, not call-in, we read questions live. My buddy Jack Farmer. That is also part of the Flobito Digital family. That airs every Thursday, along with new episodes of my podcast, New Amsterdam Radio. Yeah. So, of course, until Monday, please be yourself. Peace out. Tell a friend. Let me know what you're cooking.